Hey, I have a second channel. Cube Compium TDX. Hey everybody. This we're going to be opening up and having a look inside of this Philips DVD recorder. This thing is from around, I believe, 2004. It is a DVD recorder, as you can see. It's practically like the version of a more modernized VCR. Just except you're recording to DVDs. You could use this to capture your camcorder tapes, or probably record television shows onto DVDs. Let's look at the back of it. It's pretty massive. It is a Philips DVD R615/17, made in China, of course. And the spot where you would expect to see the date, there's no date there. So I just had looked this thing up online, and the manual for it is dated from around 2004. There's no HDMI ports on the back of this thing, so we know it's not that new. There is a component, so the 2004 to 2007 time period would seem about right for this thing. On the back you have, of course, your power, which I'm going to go ahead and pull this cord out. You have your antenna or cable in. This is, of course, analog, and you have a output for your TV. You have an S-video connection here. You have composite video there. These are inputs. So you could hook your camcorder right here. You have also a component video input right here. The S-video, by the way, is an input. You have this S-video out, along with this composite video and audio out, and this component audio and video out. And you have a digital audio output here. So yeah, back in 2004, 2006, that time period, this thing will be very useful for capturing TV shows onto DVDs, and also you could probably use this thing in conjunction with the VCR to capture home videos and convert them to DVDs. So these things, actually, I can say they are still a bit useful. So in a way, I kind of feel bad tearing this thing apart. But, and of course, everything this thing does, I can do with my computer. Obviously, my computer, Mitaur Lux, has a capture card. I can capture composite and all that good stuff. And I can digitalize the video into video files and or burn those videos to DVD. So, let's go ahead and take the back off of this thing. So this thing, I don't know the history of. It was out in my shed. It was back when I moved into this place a long time ago. A neighbor nearby who gifted me with a bunch of necessities like furnishings and what have you. She also had some electronic devices, and this unit here was, I believe, one of those. I mean, it was out in my shed amongst all the other stuff I have out there. Okay, so the back of this thing, try to make sure you're getting this on video. That'd be a waste of time if you weren't able to see what I was doing. Just pardon the messy table as always. It seems like whenever I clean this place up, I just dirty it right back within 5 minutes. So we'll just go ahead and take the back off of this thing, or the cover off, excuse me, and see what is inside. Okay, we also got screws on the side we got to deal with. Okay guys, so here's the inside of this thing. And as it goes with a lot of stuff like this, especially when it involves home entertainment equipment, there's a lot of empty space inside these cabinets. And lo and behold, as I kind of suspected, look at what we have here. That is that's your typical IDE DVD drive that you could install inside of a computer. Pretty neat. So let me just get a look at this thing myself, and I'll go and get the camera so that way y'all can have a look. Okay. So this is the inside of this thing. You have, of course, the DVD drive. It looks to be your standard computer DVD drive. Pretty neat. Let's go and disconnect this IDE cable, or try to. I may have to take the. No, it's coming out. Yeah, this is a standard. This will be a standard DVD drive from a PC. Alright, so this appears to be the brain to this whole operation. We have this analog devices circuit right here. And we have over here a Phillips it's hard to make out PNX 7100 EH. So PNX 7100 no, excuse me, that's an N, I think. No, H. So PNX 7100 EH. Next row is S27138. It appears to be a dot. 1. Next line is ZS04011. Pretty certain that is the microprocessor for this whole thing. Probably like the equivalent of a system on chip. And you have interfacing cables. Interface with things like, for example, the tuner, and all your different inputs and outputs. This little board, at least the date on it is 2002. That's probably the revision of it. May not be exactly when it was manufactured. And over here we have a cooling fan that pulls air through the entire system. So I'm not actually going to do a teardown here in this video. I thought it was at first, but I'm like, you know what? Since you can actually see practically everything in this thing, it's like, okay, don't really see the need for that, at least at this moment. I will, however, try to clip some stuff off the front. Yeah, let's go and unplug these cables. This is the pretty certain this is the power supply cable, and that's of course the power supply over there. This thing, I'm going to safely assume these are all different rails on the power supply unit. There's 5 different diodes, big diodes there. Most likely are just rectification. And of course, because your primary is over here, you got a main switcher right there, and your transformer there, and 5 diodes. You got your capacitors and inductors here. This is the secondary side. This real basic power supply, all it's really needed for running this little thing. So, as I had stated, or I may have stated, I'm not sure, my plans for this thing are, I'm going to gut it, and I'm going to try to turn this into maybe a TV box. You know, of course, the compute, like, for those of you who ain't familiar, the TV box is, of course, like a home theater PC. Used to be you would use it for Windows Media Center and stuff like that, but nowadays I use them primarily for playing back YouTube. But since this box has a physical DVD drive in it, I thought that'd be pretty neat to mess around with. Now my plan was to possibly use a laptop motherboard, but also I should mention I have a mini ITX motherboard that was from an HP. It has an Intel Celeron Sandy Bridge chip on it, and it has, of course, the power leads and stuff to interface with internal drives like a DVD drive and hard drive, that kind of stuff. So, like I say, this is something I thought of today when I saw this out in the shed. I was like, what if I could repurpose that into a to a computer? So, yeah, I'm sure y'all know where this is going now. So, of course, I got the TiViBox Slim up there. This is the first one I built. It still has the dreaded E-Series APU in it, the E300, and it's just not powerful enough to handle YouTube. So it's going to be getting replaced. I thought about upgrading it, but I said, you know what, I might just go and do a full-out replacement of it. And the TV box that's in the living room may come in here, or I might do something else. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do just yet. But yeah. So this here, if I get it set up, it may actually be going into the living room. So anyways, guys, this is a look inside this unit. See if I can get this here to come off. That way I could show y'all on camera what the front looks like with the cover off. So yeah, not a very eventful video, but it's been so long since I've really regularly uploaded stuff to YouTube on Computer Channel, and I said, you know, I need to do something. This whole COVID mess has me in a funk for a number of different reasons. But anyways, let's see if I can get this off of here without destroying it. Okay, so I got the drive loose, but I can't get it out because of this bezel here, which is snapped into the tray of the drive. So what I'm having to do is, of course, I got this thing powered off the Plex, but you can see this eject button does nothing. So that tells me the drive to eject. So we're gonna have to plug this into USB using this USB to ID adapter and manually command the drive to eject. Let's see if I can get to do so with it propped up like this. So, of course, if you didn't know, you can eject a drive without pressing the button on the drive. You just go into File Explorer, and you have to locate the drive. Not sure why it's not showing up here. There's a possibility this drive may have some kind of special firmware on it. Let me just see here. I'm pretty certain that is the internal drive on the Plexi. See what happens when I attempt to eject it. As you see, it opens up. That's what I was trying to get at just a second ago. So, makes me wonder if this thing is got some sort of specialty firmware on it. It is jumper to master, which is required in order for this adapter to see the drive. And for some reason, it's just not doing much of anything. Go ahead and unplug this for a sec. Plug it back in. Trying to reset the controller. Yeah, again, we're set on master. And I gotta plug this into the USB. The computer does pick it up. I do hear, I mean, it does maybe. Oh! Alright, here we are. It's up now. There. So we have a movie inside there. Let's try to eject this thing. Now it won't eject because, well, it's up too high. But what I'll do now Oh, an error occurred while trying to eject the drive. You think? Let me just go ahead and disconnect power so don't try to shut on me. Alright, so that's all I really needed for it to do was just pop the tray up in a little bit. Let me set this down, and now hey, free DVD movie, guys. Okay, so now I could pop that right out, and we're going to shut this. So that's what the drive itself looks like. And as you may notice, it does not have an eject button on the front. So theoretically, I could use this in a computer. I would just have to eject it using the using Windows instead of, you know, the physical button on the front. So that's about the only drawback I see with this. Yeah. So it looks like I should be able to fit in a standard drive. I'll just have to either drill me a hole in the front of this thing to where I could perhaps stick a screwdriver in to eject. There's something, I don't know. It's like I say, it's just, I'm just now thinking about this, so it's something I'll have to look into. As long as I can eject through the computer, I should be fine. So yeah. Now I think it's time to go and wrap this up. So let's look inside a Philips iLink DVD recorder. Hope y'all enjoyed this little tour and experiment. Thanks for watching. Well, everybody, that's it for this video, but don't forget there's a lot more interesting stuff on the channel to check out. Also, if this is your first time visiting this channel, feel free to subscribe to keep your channel, and also don't forget to tick the bell so that way you'll get notified of new video posts. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, but if you really didn't like it, there is the alternative option available as well. Also, feel free to check out my second channel, CubeComp MTDX. There you'll find videos about bicycling, weather, elevator tours, and all sorts of other neat, interesting stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to come back, and thank you for your support.